Всем привет, ребята, с вами типичный НьюФаг, и мы продолжаем играть в Fallout 4. В прошлой серии, как вы помните, мы с вами... что мы с вами... ну да, конечно. Мы с вами шли по следу Крэга. Или как его там, я уже забыл. В общем, одного выродка, главаря там, короче, какого-то подразделения вот этих синтов, так сказать. И он нам поведал, что Шон не у него, наш сын, а где-то в институте в самом находится. И нам нужно будет в дальнейшем идти и искать какие-то новые зацепки, новые следы. Ну, то есть... Так, где у нас здесь задание-то следующее идет? Наверное, вот опасные мысли. Поговорить с доктором Амари или нет? Или все-таки что-то другое? Ну, короче, нам нужно будет по одному из этих заданий сходить, и там... дальше встретиться с Ником Валентайном. Ну да, вот. Из мозга Келлога информация о том, как проникнуть сюда. Все, я вспомнил. Да, нам нужно прийти там в одно место, и там, возможно, как-то получится узнать, где, собственно говоря, находится этот институт. Ну, сегодня мы выполним с вами разные, я думаю, задания. О, ядерная батарея, это хорошо. Но у нас очень мало патронов, поэтому мы сейчас что делаем? Мы сейчас...
Hey.
Забираем у нее вот это вот все. Идти мы можем, поэтому мы сейчас выйдем и продадим все это на рынке. Кстати говоря, ей тоже можно давать всякое оружие. Ну, в принципе, мне ее вот это оружие это устраивает, которое у нее сейчас. Ну, наверное. Ладно. Сейчас нам надо выйти отсюда как-нибудь. Блин, наверное, надо было попозже взять у нее все эти вещи, но тем не менее. У нас сейчас 357, и нам нужно все это дело продать. Нам, по-моему, вот сюда. И, наверное, купить патроны. Так, ядерная кола тебе нужна, да? Ядер-кола.
You want a soda? Is that it?
Come on. We can spare something, can't we?
Dugout Inn usually has some, but I can't go there. Can't be around booze. Doctor says I can't drink that.
Here you go.
Real sweet of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Отлично. Пайпер это понравилось. Хорошо. Очень хорошо.
Heads up.
Just let me know.
Hey, Sheffield. What do you think about coming to work for me?
Really? You mean it?
That's right.
Шеффилд. Пусть идет в санктуаре.
Okay, I'll do it.
I need to take care of something. Real quick.
Окей, иди.
Arturo.
You know, a shotgun's great insurance against raiders, but I got a lot of options here.
Do you feel things are...
Let's see what you have.
Self-defense at its best.
Так, давай-ка мы ему сейчас все будем продавать. У него 300 монет, в принципе, есть. Будем продавать ему вот это вот все. Все, что я сейчас не ношу с собой. Эти грязную воду одну тоже продадим. Пепельницу, довоенные деньги, одежду, всякие пластинки, нож, зубы кротокрыса. Раз, два, три. Вот это я не знаю, зачем это мне надо все. Давайте тоже к чертям все продадим. Вот это вот главное. Вот это все, ну по сути нахер не нужно. Ну я уже, кстати, не могу. Ну вот ладно, окей, пусть будет так, все. Ему мы все продали. И у меня все равно еще очень много вещей. Слишком много.
Keep away from my stall. I don't know you.
Понятно, иди нафиг.
Don't let the stress of life kill you. Relax with some cans.
Heads up.
Point the way.
Wait there.
Okay. I'll be here then.
Go check that out.
Are you nuts?
Move here.
Can do.
Today's Halloween. But do we get treats?
Сегодня Хэллоуин. Ну, кстати, блин, 10 октября, получается, происходит. У нас тоже октябрь практически. Так, вот сейчас ему надо будет...
Check it out.
Not now, not ever.
Here.
Yep.
Так, блин, как убрать?
Piper.
Talk to me.
Все, хорош.
Doc.
Radiation poisoning is a common ailment, but we can cure just...
Actually, I need some supplies for the road.
Let's see what I can spare.
Так, сейчас надо будет тут все ему тоже продать. Ай, господи. Давайте вот эти все пистолеты, я думаю, нет смысла от них какого-то большого. Жетон на метро, жестяная банка, пластинки. Ну, карабин возьмем, пистолет, карабин. Хотя, вряд ли я с этого всего стрелять буду. Отдадим ему тоже. Дадим камеру. Кастрюлю давайте тоже. Одно. Хотя нет, кастрюлю возьму. Не будем давать. Кепка, гаечка, колба. Ну, это возьмем, наверное. Сигар. Дадим. Вот костюм Келлога. Ну, он хорош. Реально, в принципе, хорош. Я думаю, стоит его оставить. Это у меня сейчас. Костюм бродяги, кружка, кофейник. Нет, кружку и кофейник, наверное, возьмем. Надо что-то... Вот эту металлическую броню. Нафиг я их ее взял. Гни Сан-Франциско продадим. Зажигательный какой-то есть. Ну, тоже пофиг. Продадим. Нафиг. Патроны продавать не будем. Пепельницу. Пивасика чуть-чуть. Пистолет Келлога. Ну, оставим, наверное. В принципе, он хорош. Реально хорош. Портупея. И властелин. Вот это хорошее, мощное достаточно оружие. Оставляем. С ним, собственно, и хожу сейчас. Разбитая лампочку, предохранитель. Но это все равно мало весит, поэтому давайте вот эту серийную броню тут все сбросим. Рулет один. И хавчики я не хочу особо сбрасывать. Институтский карабин. Нафиг. Что лучше вот это дороже, это дешевле. Вот это, значит, продадим. Карта наведения, куртку нафиг. Ну, я вот это сейчас. Это возьмем, наверное, оставим. Хотя, не знаю, вот это вот, я думаю, нет смысла от него. Ядеркола. Ядерный блок оставляем. Надо будет, кстати, вставить его в силовую броню, чтобы с ним пойти мочить этих всех. Спасать этого чела, короче. Ну, или на некоторые, короче, задания будем его брать, где нужно прям зачистить территорию. Ну, в принципе, все, что я, наверное, мог ему так продать. Гранаты не будем продавать. Вот это вот. Холщовый капюшон. На помощь мы все оставим. салфетку. Все, всякой дичи избавились. И все равно, блин, а что так много у меня весит-то, ё-моё? Почему так много все равно? 9, что? А, ну вот эти металлические тоже продадим тогда.
Let's get you examined right away. Time
На
is
мне
not
есть
on the
костюм
side of
Келлога.
surgeon.
I need some supplies, Doctor.
Let's see what I can spare.
Ну это, ну блин, ну это не так много. Хотя вот этот лазерный мушкет, ну не, все равно, наверное, наставим. Типа он от батареи. Патроны вот, конечно, нужны нам. Что говорить. Вот это вот надо еще продать. Кожаная броня туловища. Что, я не продавала-то разве? Панталоны. Собачье ошейник. Форма братства. Ну, оставим, давайте. Хотя не, форму братства тоже сдадим к черту. Давайте так, все. Сколько у нас? Ну, 235, окей. Хотя бы так. Пусть будет. Или, блин,
Эй,
еще
да.
что-нибудь. Ну
We
ладно,
offer
у меня все
a
равно
what?
нет. Пофиг. Сейчас посмотрим, что у нас еще что.
Don't walk outside the wall undefended. High quality protection.
Так, я вот думаю, что... Ну, в принципе, мне вот это нравится.
Shop in safety. No sense allowed in
Первое,
the
это
surplus.
батареи надо купить, наверное. Что у меня здесь есть? Оружие. Ну, бейсбольная битва, бутылка с коктейлем Молотова. Потом лазерный мушкет. Не будем, наверное, его брать. Дробовик у меня есть. В принципе, хорошая вещь. Мне нравится. Вот этот пистолет тоже хорош. Реально хорош. А, кстати, патрон к нему теперь уже есть. Окей. Давайте вот этот пистолет, мы его... карабин, дробовик, и вот тут пистолет третий пусть будет. 44-й нам нужен. Так, осколочная граната, если что. Давайте. Ждем. Институтский пистолет. Ну да, институтский пистолет тоже нахер.
Keep away from my...
Так, короче,
Heard you rescued
какие нам
Mel.
патроны нужны? Нам нужны патроны. Ну тут точка 45 получается, пистолет вот этот быстрострельный. А у меня есть такой точка 44. Ну тут точка 45. Кстати, о, так у меня много этих патронов, кстати говоря. Давайте пока его возьмем. Вместо этого пусть будет здесь. В принципе, ладно, патроны есть. Короче, надо батарею нам. Я так понимаю. Вот это вот оружие будем качать. Хорошее оружие. Она дорогая и, в принципе, довольно-таки мощная. Вот это, в принципе, можно даже все продать. Ну, хотя ладно, на всякий случай оставим. Короче, батарею сейчас купим. Пока на этом хватит. Главное, батарею.
I'll take a look, sure.
Don't forget to stock up on ammo.
Нам нужна батарея прежде всего. Большой мальчик есть, ух ты. А это да, это, конечно, мощь. Та еще, но не для меня точно. Вот верный друг есть. Ну тоже, не, все дорого, конечно. Просто патроны куплю. Сейчас и все. И продадим ему институтский пистолет. Он говнище полное. А, ну я, правда, все равно не сможет это купить. Ладно, забейте. А, ну мы сейчас это, и у него патроны купим за это. Патрон калибра .44, .45. Ну, дорого. Батарея, нужна батарея. Ядерная батарея, вот это вот мне нужна. Давайте штук хотя бы 30, 25, давайте штук 30 купим. И вот нормально, в принципе, да, будет. Окей, подтверждаем сделку. Пока хватит.
What? You got a staring problem?
Да, мало, конечно, по большому счету. Но будем бегать с этим. У меня этого много. Потом еще это есть и это. Ладно. Пока достаточно, я думаю. Все, сохранились. Теперь. И давайте сейчас сходим в станцию. Давайте сейчас в Санктуаре. Там нужно поставить всех на защиту. Чтобы нам полностью укрепить оборону Санктуаре. Немножко поспим. Да, часиков 7.
Please, just... I need to be alone right now.
Just looking to trade a little.
I should have done more. I hope those raiders pay for what they've done.
Стоп. Нас что тут? Закрестили, что ли?
Thank you. It's like I can finally think straight.
I just need to trade gear with you.
I gave up alcohol after settling down here. Doctor said I shot my liver.
Just wanted to trade a few things.
Nuka-Cola's the only thing I can drink that wakes me up. Otherwise,
What gave you the idea we're friends?
I'd like to trade some items.
You want my 2 caps? We should keep moving. Don't want to be pinned down when the raiders come.
Don't take offense to Marcy. She's working...
Так, сейчас надо...
to the lost in her own way.
Так. Давайте сейчас назначим. Вот ты. Ты у нас бравый мужик. А, я не могу добежать когда. Так, куда я? Вот я сюда назначил, да? Отправить, назначить. Все. По-моему, я еще тоже позначил один. Раз мы. Вот, получается, он идет на защиту, да?
That'll help make everyone feel a little more secure. Thanks. It's been a long road. But yeah, I think this is it.
I was glad to help.
Well, I appreciate it. Of course, you know you're welcome anytime. My door's always open to you. Windows, too. Some of the walls actually come to think of it. I guess I better get back to it. Take care now.
Все, выполнено санктуари.
I just want to trade a few things.
Можно, в принципе, ему отдать. Хотя у него есть, в принципе, пистолет какой-никакой.
What's going on?
Я думаю, ему достаточно. Давайте еще одного. Защита у него, в принципе, какая-никакая тоже есть. О, кстати, маленький генератор. Можно теперь... Жители все сюда приходили. Ай. А что-то дает вот этот эти маленькие? Не, ничего не дает. Она вот на еде у нас.
Life still ain't perfect, but we're surviving.
Так, надо сейчас найти... Вот Котсур здесь. Сейчас мы его отправим на защиту. Бля, конечно, здесь бы неплохо было бы санктуарий обустроить. Но, не знаю, вряд ли этим мы будем заниматься, потому что это очень долгий процесс. Реально, это реально долго все. Все. Ресурс надо, что здесь у нас есть какие-никакие посты теперь. Этот у нас идет на охрану. Он предлагает пищу. Есть. Медудень. Яугай. Отбивные собачатины. Есть. Хорошо. Напитки. Ну тут никак. Служебные нет. Супы. Тоже. Не приготовим пока что. Ну ладно. Немножко мы все равно с вами тут приготовили еды, так что пока хватит. Ну вот. Защита есть. Там Котсворт у нас, если что. Сюда у нас идет. Так, а нам надо поставить маяк. Давайте поставим маяк. Мастерская. Вороны здесь, что только нет. Здесь турели есть. Можно, в принципе, турельку одну какую-нибудь поставить здесь вот. Да, это она целых 5 производит, в принципе. Я думаю, полезная штука. Вот тут поставим турельку одну. Рейдеры нападут. О, тебя тоже нападут.
I just want to trade a few things.
I know I'm not
Ты
the
у нас
only person
будешь.
here who's lost something. Just
Что нам не хватает? Еда, пища, люди, вода. Энергия, счастье, 54. Давай-ка. Пойдешь-ка ты у нас вот сюда вот еще. Да нет, тут уже Котсворт, по идее, идет. Ага, ладно. Ну, куда мы тебя назначим? Сейчас хавчик тогда начнешь. Будешь делать у нас. Или с водой, давай воду. Будешь воду качать. Ну ладно, с едой, короче. Поставил вот сюда, вот иди. Так, а нам надо еще поставить маяк. Какой-нибудь. Чтобы людей было больше. Мы для них еще и дома, я думаю, потом построим. В общем, и насчет хотя остальных тоже поселений, я думаю, тоже туда желательно нам как-то их в дальнейшем будем улучшать, скорее всего. Арбуз. Можно арбузы поставить сюда куда-нибудь. Питание разное. Вот вербовочный, проводка иметь нужно. Кстати говоря, насчет оружейного верстака. Неплохо было бы прокачать. Во-первых, вот этот пистолет. Что-нибудь там тут. Длинный ствол. Сюда. Потом рукоятка штатная. Рукоять сюда. Потом на лазерный карабин. Здесь уже нет, длинный ствол. Есть.
What's going on?
Вот, я вот здесь уже улучшал чуть-чуть. Так, и насчет, кстати, брони. Давайте попробуем броню Келлогана улучшить. В принципе, она довольно-таки неплохая. Тем не менее. А, ее, короче, нельзя, да? Решать. Ладно. Слушай, я могу на броню Келлога сюда еще влепить или нет? Ну да, нет, конечно нет. У Келлога он сам по себе. Это все тоже сам по себе. Ну, кстати, можно... Сейчас поразберем всякие эти вот фонари, деревья. Вообще можно здесь санктуарий как бы в порядок привести, конечно. Ну ладно, пока достаточно. Ай. Весь хлам сохраняем. Что же еще? Столько хлама тут. Капец. Так, ладно. Санктуари, в принципе, мы уже хорошо здесь более-менее обосновались, но, конечно, здесь очень много всего. Осталось еще поселений разных, которые вообще-то можно было бы улучшать и улучшать. Короче, игра очень длинная. Реально очень длинная. Так, предлагаю сейчас посмотреть, что у нас по заданиям. Ну, давайте вот про соседство, станция Парк-стрит. Тень стали, значит, поговорить с паладином Дансом. Далее от дома добраться до резиденции Накана. Ну, в принципе, можно попробовать помочь сейчас вот этому рыбаку, так сказать. Давайте сейчас вот это сделаем. Потом вот Нордхаген-Бич, туда куда-нибудь сходим. Ну и, наверное, еще выполним задание именно по основной сюжетной ветки. Потому что ее тоже желательно не забрасывать. Давай сейчас вот это вот сделаем. Оу, черт, это знаешь куда? Недолго. Хакер. Цену у торгов. Давайте цену у торговца все равно. Хотя не, надо было раньше качать. Пофиг, потом прокачаю. Так. Ай, ну что мы тут будем улучшать-то? Вот с уроном можно, конечно, прокачать кровавую баню. Увеличение урона 5%. Ну, то есть на 5% больше урона, я правильно понимаю, будет. Еще они могут взрываться в некоторых случаях противник. Давайте его прокачаем, не знаю, посмотрим. Кровавая баня. Так, ну, в принципе, все. Давайте тогда так. Кто задание оставим? Потом опасные мысли. Это как раз насчет Шона, основная сюжетка. Серебряный плащ. Это у нас что такое? Некто по имени Кент Каноли созывает их фанат серебряного плаща. Это что? Это путь к свободе. Выход на поклоны. Ладно, давайте сейчас вот с паладином Дансом попробуем поболтать. И вот с этим, с плащом хочу разобраться тоже. Плащ, в принципе, здесь у нас. Паладин Данс у нас здесь. Давайте тогда с ним поговорим, спросим, что ему там нужно от нас сейчас. Вот этим, наверное, будем стрелять. Так, сейчас.
Paladin Dance on frequency 95. All Brotherhood of Steel units are to return to the Cambridge police station immediately for reassignment.
Paladin.
There's still a place for you in the Brotherhood, if you want it.
What would be expected of me if I joined?
You'd be under my command, and I'd expect you to follow orders. No more mercenary work. This is the real thing. You'd have access to advanced military. Most importantly, you'd have the Brotherhood at your back, ready to spill its own blood to keep you alive. So, what do you say?
I still want to think about it.
Suit yourself. You know where to find us when you're ready to make a decision.
А, что? Я же хочу сейчас с ним. А задание как?
Paladin dance.
There's still a place for you in the Brotherhood.
We're not gonna stay
you want
smooth
it.
skins much longer if we don't get a move on.
There's still a place for you in the Brotherhood. If you want it.
I still want to think about it.
Suit yourself. You know where to find us when you're ready to make a decision.
Черт, я, блин, не знаю. Сейчас как-то мне не хочется. Ну ладно, оставим тогда это задание. Давайте сейчас с серебряным плащом разберемся тогда. Куда я могу? Я могу сюда на станцию переместиться. Черт, я реально не знаю насчет серебряного... Ой, тьфу, насчет братства стали, пока не уверен. Пока я вообще ни в чем не уверен.
Galaxy News Radio. When evil walks the streets of Boston,
Ну,
one
добраться
man
сейчас
lurks in the shadows, shielding the innocent, judging the guilty. That guardian is the Silver Shroud. Today's episode, the mystery.
Ладно. Просто я хочу к нему зайти. Все. Надо пробраться на вот этой. Блядь! Тварь, а? А медленно тоже стреляет. Все, вынес. Бля, Пайпер, пошли-ка отсюда, а. Мне это сейчас не интересно абсолютно. А, бля, паладин Данс, и все они вот здесь где-то. Гутенберг. Добрый сосед. Ну окей. Это паладин Данс?
Hey, hold up there. First time in Good Neighbor? You can't go walking around without insurance.
Insurance. I'm listening.
That's right. Insurance. Personal protection, like. You hand over everything you got in them pockets, or accidents start happening to you. Big, bloody accidents.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Time out. Someone steps through the gate the first time, they're a guest. You lay off that extortion crap.
What do you care? He ain't one of us.
No love for your mayor, Finn? I said let him go.
You're soft, Hancock. You keep letting outsiders walk all over us. One day, there'll be a new man.
Come on, man. This is me we're talking about. Let me tell you something.
Ух, черт!
Why'd you have to go and say that, huh? Breaking my heart over here. You all right, brother?
Your face. Something...
Like it? I think it gives me a sexy King of the Zombies kind of look. Big hit with the ladies. I'm a ghoul, you see?
Yeah,
A lot of walking rad freaks like me around here. So you might want to keep those kinds of questions on the low burner next time. Good neighbors of the people, for the people. You feel me? Everyone's welcome.
Good neighbor? That what you call this place?
That's right. We cobbled this little neighborhood together out of the freaks and misfits that just wouldn't be accepted anywhere else. You'll see. You make enough friends here, you'll call this place home soon enough. So long as you remember who's in charge.
You made a mistake. Now you pay for it.
Пайпер, пошли-ка отсюда. Добрососедство.
Brotherhood of Steel. Better stay out of Good Neighbor. All I'm saying.
Oh, new face walks into my store.
And you're not even screaming yet. Very polite. You let me know if anything catches your fancy.
Did you say something about people screaming at you?
That's right. Some newcomers have never seen a ghoul before. Can't handle a friendly face, I say. So you need some supplies?
What's it like, you know, being a ghoul?
Well, it's a lot worse when people always ask you about it all the time. But I guess I can't blame them. On the upside, I look pretty good for being over 220 years old. Now, were you buying anything?
Wait, you're 220 years old?
Okay. It's more like 270 years. But don't go blabbing that to everyone. Being a ghoul means you live a long time. You stop counting birthdays. Do you know what it's like being that old?
Actually, I do.
Well, now you're just making fun of me. If you were as old as I was, you would have been around since before the war. So let's hear it. Come on. Tell me what the world was like before the war if you're so ancient.
I had a beautiful house, white picket fence, and a lawn with the greenest grass you'd ever seen. It was peaceful.
It was, wasn't it? Sorry. Last thing you want to see is an old lady tearing up. Well, you're either the most well-preserved ghoul I've ever seen, or you're the second best bullshitter and good neighbor. Ah!
So, what do you remember about the past?
Oh, sweetie. I was an angry young woman back then. Thought the world was sick and wouldn't give me my due. Then it all ended, and well, I ended in a way, becoming a ghoul. Maybe when you get to be my age, everything starts to look like... Anyway, I like your story better, whether or not it's true.
It's the truth. All of it.
You know, if you haven't already, you should check out the Hotel Rexford. There's another pre-war ghoul hanging around there. Well, we should get back to business. What are you picking up?
What kind of things do you sell?
Oh, a bit of everything. So chances are you'll find something to your liking here.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
All the supplies money or violence can buy.
Ну ладно, нам сейчас, в принципе, ничего тут не надо. Погнали дальше.
Well, hello. Everything here is guaranteed to injure, maim, or kill at your
Что это такое?
Who? What are you?
I'm a woman, baby. Can't you tell?
Oh, of course you are. It's just all those metal plates. You're a robot, right? A very womanly
Designation, Assaultron. Designed to provide a variety of security-related tasks to my conclusion. Why work for the man when you can work for yourself? New designation, KLEO. Cleo. Robot enough for you, smooth talker? Now what are you buying?
You're...
That's what my makers called me. But as far as I'm concerned, so what'll it be?
I'll take a look.
A gun for...
Uh-huh.
Короче, тут тоже оружие у него. Разные. Каркас силовой брони есть. Нам это... Короткий боевой дробовик. Ну, нам сейчас это ничего не надо. Есть, кстати, легкий снайперский карабин. Издалека, если, допустим, стрелять. Нагрудник, ликвидатор. Все очень дорого. Верстак тут есть. Что примечательно. Так, нам нужно найти сейчас Кентом Каноне. Ну.
Now, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my time, but a flying ship? Yowza. lady friend there. She's the dame who writes public occurrences, right? Good stuff. I always did appreciate good investigative journalism.
Well, Mr. Valentine.
Okay.
I thought you had forgotten about the lonely.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt.
Значит, мы сейчас с этим, да? В итоге, как получилось, что я не Кентом пришел, а выполнять опасные мысли. Ладно, допустим.
Here for Amari, she's downstairs.
Irma.
Whatever you and Nick are up to, I don't need to know. Just don't let the big metal softy hurt himself, all right?
Ладно.
Hey, Valentine.
Let's go talk to Amari. Dr. Amari?
Yes. I take it this isn't a social call.
Ничего не воспоминаю, пусть Ник объяснит. Мост Келлога.
We need your help, Doctor. I need the memories from a man named Kellogg. But he's dead.
I know it's asking for a miracle, Amari. But you've pulled off the impossible before.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
А как это может быть?
Please. Nick told me you're the only one who can make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Мозг.
How much of the brain do you need exactly?
That is not an encouraging question. I suppose I'll have to make do with whatever you can find.
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait, that's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Ник совместим? Ну, продолжайте, ладно.
Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Valentine is an older generation synth. But Institute technology being what it is...
А, то есть мистер
brain implant
Валентайн
could
еще
fit
засунуть,
him.
да?
But that's an incredible risk to take. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. I'm well past the warranty date anyway.
Это сработает.
You really think this'll work, Nick?
No idea. But we got a missing kid on the line. That's worth the risk.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine. Just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
How do you lock memories?
The implant is encoding all the mnemonic activity in the hippocampus. Think of it like computer encryption. And we don't have the password. Let's see. A single mind wouldn't be able to crack it. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
Ух ты. Что произойдет?
Any idea what I'm gonna see in there?
I have no clue. But considering we only have a single piece of the medial temporal lobe and not the whole brain, I doubt it'll be cohesive.
All right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
Черт, мне страшно, Пайп.
Look alive.
You say the word.
Hey, Piper.
You hungry? These always keep me going.
Dr. Amari.
Just sit in the memory lounger when you're ready.
Ладно. Фух, капец. Черт.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
Так.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. This is the earliest intact memory I can find. Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Обалдеть.
Turn down the goddamn radio. I'm trying to sleep.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way, and she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
Так. Ладно.
Dad was either drunk or not.
Так.
Not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole. Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
What a joke.
What's it mean, Mom?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep
Teacher
them
at
safe.
school said the NCR would bring back the good old days. Like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop singing you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. And all that on the radio. All useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hand. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. Try that one. There.
Turn down the goddamn radio.
Dad was either drunk
Так, ладно, это не
or
то
not
точно.
around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but don't know why Mom was with him. I never really knew what he did. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
Не сюда. Вот туда пойдемте. Какое-то воспоминание есть. Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see. The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on that petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand. That's what happiness felt like.
We don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know, but that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I
Come
had
on,
those,
you're
huh?
great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. That's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
Ай, блин, классно, вот классный уровень, мне очень нравится. Сделали они прям вот очень хорошо это все. Давайте дальше посмотрим следующий выпуск.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg?
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's this family, lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you've...
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute.
Fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B748, initiate. Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me, but they needed me, and I made sure they knew it. I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them, but we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
All computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Find it.
Pod C6. Down the hall near the end.
This is the one. Here.
Open it. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller. Even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long.
Is it over?
Almost.
Are you okay?
Everything's going to be fine.
Come here. Come here, baby.
No, I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. whenever you're ready. Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory, so good news, I think.
This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City.
как раз это здание.
I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
Kellogg.
It's okay. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines. Pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a
Forget I said
priority.
anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Чё он такой взрослый-то уже здесь?
Wasn't my idea. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man. Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had... But there's no going back. Turned out differently. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute. Let me pull you out of there. Because there is no entrance. As soon as you're ready.
This whole setup in Diamond City was
Ладно,
part of...
хороший. Фух, ё-моё. Вот это тело, конечно.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Dr. Amari.
Let's start over. How are you feeling?
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good. But I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
You were along for the ride, weren't you? You saw what I saw.
Yes, but it's important we review everything together, in case either of us missed anything.
Телепортация. Жизнь
I saw Kellogg's life. The man who ruined my family. The man I killed.
That's right. He was a human being just like the rest of us. And he had reasons for being what he was. However cruel. How does that make you feel?
Я его прощаю. Блин, знаете, мне, конечно, его жалко, но... Я не знаю. Я реально не знаю.
I'm not sure, Doctor.
I don't know if there's any right way to feel.
Мне сложно сказать.
We're getting off track. The important thing is that we discovered the Institute's greatest
Простите его,
secret,
наверное.
teleportation. The only question is, what do we do now?
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil, we need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
Почему?
Why? What makes the glowing sea so dangerous?
The name says it all. Radiation. So much that nothing there could possibly live. Nothing pleasant. Navigating radioactive hazards is nothing new. But the glowing sea can kill a man in seconds. That's why it doesn't make sense. Virgil fleeing into that hell. The exposure alone.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield, or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Radaway. You'd need as much as you could carry. Maybe more. A sealed environment suit would be great, if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power
силовую броню, короче, будет
That would be
использовать.
perfect.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Well, if anyone could figure out a good use for it.
Интересно. Oh.
Nick.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. That was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
Было похоже на Келлога.
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
Тящееся море.
We have to head into the glowing sea. Any advice?
I'm a synth, so radiation isn't much of an issue for me, but an old suit of power armor might just be the guardian angel you're looking for. That, or you could buy up all the Rad-X and Radaway you can find from any chem dealer who's got it in stock.
I'll see you around, Nick.
Good luck out there. You know where to find me. We should head over to the
Look alive.
residence.
Head over there.
Find out what their case is about.
Так, давайте сейчас выполним вот это вот задание. Нам нужно к серебряному плащу. Так, куда вот это вот идти, интересно? Светящееся море какое-то. О, тут далеко реально. Ну, сейчас вот это вот еще задание.
Got the memory pod loaded up? Oh, you're not Irma. Good neighbors crazy. Thefts, murders, worse. Sometimes you just gotta escape a little to make it through the day.
Сбежать?
Escape? What do you
Reliving
mean?
old memories. Like Thanksgiving, 2071. Mom made a 12-pound turkey. And then we all listened to the Silver Shroud versus Captain Cosmos. You ever listen to the Silver Shroud? That's what we need. No matter how bleak things got, he saved the day.
What can you tell me about the Shroud?
He's from the radio shows. I've listened to all 419 episodes. And the holiday special. He's the best. Better than Grognak and Man-to-Man combined.
My family and I used to listen to every new episode.
You mean when they first aired? How? The last broadcast was hundreds of years ago.
Aren't there other survivors from that time?
Oh, sure. There were a lot of us schools that lived back then. But none of us looked as good as you. Are you really that old?
I was in cryogenic storage for a long time. I only just woke up.
Oh man, that's amazing! You're just like Mr. Abominable from episode 83.
Yeah, something like that.
Boy, if you just woke up. The world these days must take some getting used to.
Проблески надежды.
It seems like people are finally rebuilding and recovering from the
Maybe
nuclear
in
war.
some parts, like Diamond City, but over here, we got a ways to go. I got a question for you. What if the Silver Shroud was real? With his black trench coat and gleaming silver submachine gun? I got a plan to bring him to life. So he can fight bad guys and give the rest of us a symbol of something better.
What plan?
I've built my own custom machine gun. Even better than the one in the show. But to make this work, I still need the most important piece. The genuine Silver Shroud cost over. And they actually got one here in Boston. They made it for the TV show. Will you help?
Do you really need?
With the gun, I'm just another armed hooligan. But if the Silver Shroud came to life and helped...
I'll get the costume for you.
You're gonna do this? For real? Before the bombs fell, they were filming the Silver Shroud pilot over at Hubris Comics. So that's where you'll find it. You're the best.
You sure manage to find your fair share of trouble, don't you?
Само как-то получилось.
It usually finds me.
Hey, I'm not one to judge. Honestly, it's just nice to not be doing it alone for a change. In my line of work, things tend to get pretty hairy. I've been shot at, poisoned, nearly executed. Heck, until recently they called the lockup in Diamond City the Piper Suite. Anything for a story, I suppose.
Жить полное приключений.
You've led an exciting life.
Sure have. But honestly, now that I'm out here with you, I feel like I'm just getting started. Getting in trouble is what folks like us do. I mean, you and I are out here putting ourselves at risk so people in the Commonwealth can have a chance at a better life. Not for praise or reward or glory, but because it's right. I just wanted to let you know I'm real happy to be along for the ride.
I wouldn't want it any other way. I like having you
All
close.
the better to watch each other's backs. So you want to get out of here?
Черт! Не удалась! Ладно. Еще будет, я думаю, возможность.
Where to?
Hey, Piper.
Shoot.
Your thoughts?
You know, you are some kind of dedicated. I wouldn't want to...
I just wanted to check in.
Well, I gotta say, I like the way you've been handling yourself out here. Commonwealth's not an
Ну
easy
ладно.
place to do that.
Блин, не получилось.
You manage.
That's all.
Sure.
Ай, ладно. Так. Сколько у нас стрим уже идет? Черт, час 19. Капец. По Dying Light серии, блин, 30-40 там минут, 50. Это вот уже как долго. Ну давайте насчет плаща посмотрим. Ну я не знаю, где его раздобыть реально. Давайте выйдем сейчас. Ай.
You sticking around, you'll need to join a crew. I hear Bobby No-Nose is looking. Always a catch with the No-Nose, but she pays.
How's my favorite girl?
Поговорить с Бобби. Бобби.
Didn't I see you on a date with Morowski the other day?
He wishes. Whoever this Brotherhood of Steel is,
All right,
I'm not
all
buying
right.
that.
Getting off
We
track.
come in peace.
What was I saying? Oh, that's right. What matters? We freaks gotta stick together.
And the best way to stick together is to keep an eye out for what drives us apart. You feel me?
Yeah, you tell it like it is, Hancock.
Now, what out there in our big, friendly Commonwealth would want to drive us apart? What kind of twisted, unneighborly boogeyman would want to hurt our peaceful community?
The Institute and their synths.
That's right. Who said that? Coming up to my office later. You've earned yourself some jet. The Institute. They're the real enemy. Not the Raiders. Not the super mutants. Not even those tools over in Diamond City.
I don't know, Hancock. I'd sure love to give McDonough a kick in the ass.
Hey, we all know I got my own personal beef with that lardhead. But stay focused. Now, I want everyone to keep the Institute in mind. When someone starts acting funny. When people are doing things they don't normally do. When family starts pushing you away for no reason. We all know who's behind that kind of shit. And the only way to stop it is to stick together. They can't control us if we're not afraid. Now, who's scared of the Institute?
Not us!
And which town in the Commonwealth should the Institute not fuck with?
Good neighbor!
And who's in charge of good neighbor?
Hancock! Of the people, for the people!
Hell of a load you're carrying. Better sell some to Daisy before someone swipes it.
Yeah?
Excuse me.
Hey. Don't ask questions in good neighbor. Better for everyone. How you doing?
Как войти-то? О. О, Пайпер.
Hey, you. Looking for work?
What kind of work?
It's good work. Under the supervision of the best boss you'll ever have. If you don't mind a little manual labor, and don't ask too many questions, I'll give you 50 caps to start. Interested?
I'm gonna need more to go on here.
There's a project I'm working on. A big one. One that could get me into lots of trouble if the wrong person So little discretion is called for. I got a delicate house of cards going here. You know?
I'm in.
That's what I like to hear. Let's go inside. I'll give you the lowdown.
Давайте посмотрим. Еще задание набираем, когда все это делаем. Я не знаю.
Are you gonna tell me what we're actually doing?
Look, we're pulling a job here. Big payoff. Taking some things that aren't technically ours yet.
That's just asking for trouble.
It's not gonna be easy. But that's why we only hire the best sort around here. You are gonna be doing some digging.
What are we digging for? Buried treasure?
You could call it that. But seriously, lay off the question. The other two are down there digging already. Go give them a hand, will you?
Какие-то раскопки. Тут что ли? Копает. Где кто копает, что? Ладно, посмотрим. О боже, сколько заданий реально. Пипец. Когда это все выполнять, непонятно. Костюм серебряного плаща. Где мне его взять? Конкретной точки нет. Просто раздобыть и все. Раскопки это у нас... Вообще-то... Скажи, наверное, что, это точно? Может, это все-таки здесь где-то?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get digging.
А, вон туда, да? Сейчас посмотрим, что там вообще у нас есть, чем она занимается.
On the other side? Oh, yeah. You think Bobby will pay us this week? I don't know, man. Starting to feel like we're doing charity. Crawling with my alerts. Fail! Bobby can take this job and shove it.
Good luck down there, new guy.
Going to waste otherwise.
Что за скелеты эти делают?
What is going on in my tunnel?
That room was filled with Mirelurks.
At least you put up a better fight than those good-for-nothings. Well, you stuck around at least. So I guess you're promoted. You get to be my new gun. I think we just need one more guy. An old friend. He'll want a fair cut, but we saw what being cheap got me.
Who is this guy?
He's just the guy we need to speed things along. Likes gadgets, money, and not much else. First, I think it's best if you actually see what we're after. I have some things to check on in Diamond City. Head over to the noodle shop there, and I'll meet you when I finish up my business.
Ладно. Я, честно говоря, вообще не понимаю, что тут у нас будет, но окей. Допустим так. Так, ладно, ребят, наверное, пока что мы остановимся. И так тоже сегодня уже нормально так постримили. Не знаю, что будем делать в следующий раз, посмотрим. Может быть, тут, ну, дальше, я думаю, по сюжетке делаем задание, потом, возможно, доделаем с Бобби тут, что костюм раздобудем, с поселениями разберемся. В общем, ребят, всем спасибо за просмотр. Подписывайтесь.